And then, since at that point the camps only spawn once every minute instead of 30 seconds in a row, he'll head into the jungle and he'll rush the Midas.
Funnick's gonna not want any camps to be blocked off, but these Treants are really annoying.
He'll send one to block the camp, he'll send one to pull the lane back. So the lane is going to push a little bit, at least for now. The camp is blocked, this camp, however, is not. And Funnick's jungling is not going to be denied, so he's slowing down the supports, but Funnick should have an easy time of it.
Emerald Bulldog's one of the best players to do these like jungle shenanigans, and so far he is effective. Look at this creep wave with 8 creeps, is slowly Emerald Bulldog eventually.
Yeah, he'll be resummoning Trance in just a second, 50 seconds in. He may actually miss this second block though. No, he should just get it in time. Puppy can't sleep on both. So this camp has been blocked twice, and generally he goes right back into the jungle now, and that's what we're gonna see. Nope, staying at the tower.
He knows a big creep wave is
and
coming.
Navi have had enough already. They're going for him.
This is actually very smart because you know that's going to be 8 creep on the tower, and it's going to be a very, very easy. So you have things like Nightmare, you have things like Lift to set it up. Unless you have Emerald Bulldog senses it coming, they don't have ward, they don't have vision. Oh, it's going to go check.
Early boots for Havost. He's got to push this wave in. Doesn't have acid spray.
These Treants are coming up the hill. They will see the Navi supports. Just expert micro. He knows what Navi wants to do against him.
Yeah, he scouts them out, he'll back off. Bulldog playing cat and mouse here. So the trades elsewhere, it's a free farm Alchemist, maxing Greevil's Greed for a Havost. Not rushing the Midas fully though, when Loda rushes it, he skips Boots. Havost going for the more aggressive killing build. Might be able to run Bulldog down, but right now Bulldog very defensive. He's getting experience off this lane. Yeah. You compare that to Funnick, he's not, but he is farming faster. He'll stack the jungle, he'll rush the blink, so a very different approach from these two offlaners.
So you see a little bit of a tower damage on tier 1, but it's not going to be significant in any sense. Havost struggling to find a little bit of farm as between 2 towers, so in fact he's being harassed here by Amro.
Yeah, he's taking tower shots as well. We'll have to wait for this next wave from both directions. The tower's really working against him. He has a Salve here. He'll be okay, but he's being forced to use his regen early. Meanwhile, top lane, you're getting Wisp a lot of levels. EGM already hitting 2, so his level's not being denied. And actually, I think overall, I'd give Alliance a slight edge here, because if you have underleveled supports against Wisp, I mean, we know what happens. They just melt.
Well, the thing is, if you see them, right? Again, last game from Alliance, they dodged most of the relocate gank. Let's see if Navi support's going to do the same. Back in the mid lane's a lane that we haven't really talked about too much. It's going to be, ooh, Roki's here.
Looking for a kill, but S4, Nightstalker, one of the hardest heroes to gank. He's got incredibly high base armor, already 6 and a lot of HP. Not going to be an easy nut to crack. They'll go in now though, they hit him. Funnick's coming as well. Could be a first blood to Navi. S4 falling fast, not going to have a fast start. He is going to drop. Navi, once again a first blood going their way.
It's always on the mid lane here.
And they force a Bulldog TP. That's pretty huge.
He's gonna get a ton of EXP on the mid. Should be okay. But I really like what Navi's been doing in this entire series. They just have a vendetta against S4, saying, we know you're a great player, we know you can facilitate a team fight in the mid game, but we'll shut you down hard. Remember the first game of Beastmasters? 0-5-0. They have made so many ganks against S4, and this game, it's the exact same thing. S4 not getting too much done here, so far at least.
S4 is so accustomed as of late to playing these tempo controllers mid that dominate the lane. The Puck, the Batrider. Lately in this series, we've seen him on the Beastmaster, we've seen him on the Nightstalker, we've seen him on heroes that aren't really as good at winning the lane, and Navi are not only recognizing that and punishing him, but in terms of winning the lane, because Denny was already winning the lane, but they're also ganking him a lot, so it's really a two-pronged assault. Ban out the supports and gank S4, and on the back of that, already, gold, experience, I mean, it could be much farther in Alliance's favor, but instead it's pretty close.
Again, Navi has made the adjustment in this series. They have changed up the picks and bans, they have targeted different players, and Alliance need to answer. So far they are doing the absolute standard, and it seems like the standard game is not good enough.
So far, S4 though does have his basic items. He's farming okay. He's got Bottle, Magic Wand. The tier 1 mid did fall earlier, so he got some gold and gold off of that. And ultimately, Nightstalker isn't as item dependent as other heroes. Nightstalker doesn't really need a Blink Dagger. He doesn't need big items to initiate. And he can still have an impact simply by running around and threatening to gank. Remember, they do have relocate. They've got the global lineup. Here we go mid.
Ranking. All you need is a Dream Call. Ooh, Orb's is going to be used.
Oh, they can't get in range yet. 4 heroes. That's some hate on S4.
Actually lift him, toss him back, no Nightmare, nothing. TPC's being coming from Wisp, and they'll back off.
Now they'll tether up EGM, ushering them away, slapping down Dendy with some orbs. A lot of deaths, and, well, Alliance have the Wisp, so I suppose they should feel pretty good.
Should we go to game 5 now, or?
I think we'll play it out, Lumi. I think we'll play it out.
One thing to point out here is Loda's skill build. If you can see that he's actually maxing Rocket Barrage, and that goes back to the playstyle of Wisp and Gyrocopter. He knows he's going to be in the middle of the fight. Back in the mid lane though, Dendi dropping low, but yeah, Gyrocopter, he knows he's going to be in the middle of the team fight. He knows his magical damage is going to be 10, so that's a spell that you definitely do want to max when you have Gyrocopter in team.
Havost is free farming. Havost is up to 2k gold. We've seen him normally, he likes the treads into straight Shadow Blade. He's been opting to skip the Midas most games. If he wanted a Midas, he'd already have it, so we'll just have to wait and see what he goes for. There is always that Battle Fury build, but against such an aggressive Genki lineup, it seems pretty greedy.
Maybe I think he's straight rushing. That seems like overly defensive for Rovo.
Yeah, I don't think so. If he wants to go for that, I imagine he'll stop off at the treads, the phase boots, and to me, it's most likely a Shadow Blade, but just, it's interesting to see that he's holding on to his gold. Seems like he wants to keep his options open and isn't really sure what kind of game we have in front of us yet.
At the same time, Dendi has been pretty active on that bottle crawling on the mid lane, so maybe he just haven't picked it up. But we'll see exactly how it's going to go. But it's nighttime now, so Night Stalker, it is his time to shine. The first Nightfall, it is so important for the NS. We'll see whether he's going to get his moves.
Yeah, you can already see Night Stalker in the nighttime, as you might expect, has superpowers, right? He's got great vision, whereas a lot of other heroes can barely see at night. So S4 will see you, and you might not see him coming. No one on Navi, well, actually Puck, I believe, does have pretty good night vision, but overall, S4 could get the jump here. One way to deal with the Night Stalker, though, is simply to group. If you're all together, then there's no one to gank, and he can't do much to stop pushes. He's not particularly dangerous with farm compared to other mids, so Navi, they'll say, great, you pick Night Stalker, come stop our push now, good luck with that. The tier 1 falls bottom, Navi, first blood, second tower, and now, well, gold. Got it heading their way, experience though, still very much in Alliance's favor.
Despite the fact that Navi has pushed down tier 1 tower, keep in mind that they're doing it with 4 or 5 heroes on the bot lane. Meanwhile, up top here, we see Loda pushing in. While mid lane, we see S4 pressuring the tower. So, despite losing at tier 1, I think Alliance is actually ahead. But if they successfully get this tier 2 without spending too much time, then all of what I said goes out the window.
Funny now using Firefly to clear out the creep wave. Navi continuing to keep the pressure up here. And the time being, S4 sitting back. He's rotating into the lane. We'll see some additional support coming soon. It's coming from Ake. He's jumping in, looking to go. He's got a Nova. Not cast it yet. S4 on the prowl, but lifted up, thrown in. Coil as well. Here's your call down. Loda unloading the damage. 2 to fall. Make it 3. And Navi in a headlong retreat.
Night Stalker's so alive right now, trying to get the slow. He does find it. Funnick trying to fly off the cliff. Not going to be as we see EGM picks up a triple kill on the Wisp. Well, that's its level 6 if he ever needed one.
Meanwhile, Dendi, though, he can make a play here on S4. The silence is there. Can't
Double
use.
Damage, S4.
No, Dendi's going to go down. It's a team wipe.
Get out of here, says S4. I have a DD. I'm Night Stalker, and I'm moonwalking all over the bot river. And now they're going to be pushing the bot lane.
I mean, this game was 1-0. Navi had the first blood. They took tower for tower. They were free farming their Alk, and in one fell swoop, Alliance is now leading 5-1. My goodness.
They're not done. They're gonna get the tier 1 tower, and you gotta keep in mind, Night Stalker nighttime. I mean, he's only strong half the time, right? In theory, but
Mid lane, Bulldog's in trouble. Now an Alk's stunned. They're really diving for this. They've got a lift. Kuroki coming in. It's 4 heroes mid. They do get Bulldog, but Ake's TP'd in. He's got a Frostbite, holding Havost in position. Hello, S4 coming in. Tether's there. Relocate from EGM, and Dendi's on the run. S4, how far will he go for this? How deep will he dive? He finds another kill. Dendi to not port to his orb and will fall.
how did he not go to his orb? He gets stunned.
Got picked off.
Yes, so.
S4 able to run him down now. S4, now he's starting to demolish these towers. Treads up. Remember how poorly his lane went? He wasn't farming well. He got shut down. They ganked him, but all of a sudden, 3-1-2. Your Wisp 4-0-1. Earn and Arcane Boots for EGM. And now Loda's in his comfort zone. He's a one-position carry. He can go stack the Ancients if he likes. His team is map control. The one piece of good news for Navi is that this aggression will end at a certain point. Nighttime will end. S4 will have his ult on cooldown, and the Alliance will be forced to play a bit more defensively. But that time is not now. This time is Alliance's. And here they go again. Smoked up. Na'Vi, no blink on Funnick. Puppey only level 4. Supports that are liabilities,
Puppey,
about to get caught.
He is so dead. Puppey not going to make it back home. Dendy trying to do whatever he can for his ally, but you see how dangerous it is to actually go into the jungle. That's the Prophet not teleporting. That is the Wisp not relocating. It's just S4 with the Crystal main and ganking. So this has got to get really, really dangerous very quickly for Na'Vi.
Yeah, the kills are really important, but I actually think the fact that they took down that tower. Here we
Silence is going to be nukes. The rotation from Dendy. He's got to cancel it.
That's going to free up Loda, that's going to free up Bulldog. They can farm Na'Vi's jungle. Na'Vi are really getting constricted. This is how Alliance were winning all their games throughout the group stage, throughout the main event. S4, he finds a few kills, and the game just breaks wide open. They starve you. They put you on a diet. Relocate mid.
We see KuroKy, and he is so dead. KuroKy, no chance. Back on the bot, we see Admiral Bulldog trying to stop the TP. Can Puppey make it home? Yes, but barely makes it home.
Just by the skin of his teeth. There's treads coming soon. The Alliance right now, S4, he's looking for more. He's hunting Dendy. No blink for him. Attack, they'll back off. They'll head back towards mid. But another tower falls for the Alliance, mustering their courage. And look at this map right now. Na'Vi, their map, they're in the dark, and you do not want to be in the dark against any of these Alliance heroes. Not Night Stalker, not Prophet, and most certainly not Wisp. Na'Vi way farther behind than any graph could ever show you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just spectacular play. Alliance recognizing when they're strong, when they could snowball out of control. And here comes the Roshan. Will not be able to defend this. Orb already thrown out, so Puppey or Dendy's not going to have it for quite a bit. I think the Aegis goes freely to Alliance.
I mean, normally you look at Na'Vi's lineup and you say, oh, they can easily contest Roche. They've got Blink on Vet. They've got a Puck with Blink, but no, they don't have any Blinks. They don't have level 6 on Rubik. And Puppey, well, he's walking around right now, level 4. So that Roshan falls, and Alliance, 10-2. They're really hanging on here, turning this series around perhaps. They need this win. Then we go to a decisive game 5. And Lumi, I gotta say, if they win this game, are we gonna see a Wisp fan?
No, I don't think.
No.
Puppey's gonna say, I'm gonna stick to my guns here.
Okay, well, maybe he'll get the Wisp. We'll see who gets that first pick.
Well, Alliance haven't won it yet. Do not count on Na'Vi. This is a team that has a ton of resiliency.
Watch out though, Na'Vi, 5 heroes top.
S4.
Oh, S4. He's not the best hero to go on generally. He's got Aegis, he's got Armlet. And actually, this is it looks like Na'Vi's going to back off. So we can talk about S4's Night Stalker because he plays it a lot differently. The old Night Stalker builds, I mean, we've seen a lot. Synderen love to go for Yule Scepter. You can Yule's one hero while you focus another. We've seen other Night Stalkers. The standard build is earned into BKB. Here we go, though. They found a Vos. It's nighttime of Vos, and Night Stalker's on you. Relocate comes. A Vos to fall. Instantly he melts. Down again. Still no Shadow Blade. Not having that free farm he had previously.
You were talking about the build that S4 has gone for. He's going for armlets, he's going for treads. That is a ton of HP on the front line. And a lot of teams like to just blow up, or at least try to blow up S4 on the front lines when he initiates. You're not going to do it against Night Stalker.
It's a semi-carry build. The armlet toggling as well, just really hard to deal with if you're not able to fully chain stun him. And you look at Na'Vi and you say they should be able to fully chain stun him. They have so much lockdown, but a lot of it, it's hard to get into the fights and use it. Like this Bane doesn't have his grip, and even if he did, it's tough for him to jump in, same for KuroKy. Level 5. I still think the key to this game is that Na'Vi supports have been shut down. Alliance's supports are on a roll. There's a Crystal Maiden with a friggin' Ogre Club. If she gets off a roll, which by the way, Ake has skilled, Ake has used with great effect, that freezing field. In previous matches, I just feel like Na'Vi, their supports are too poor and too under level to have an impact, and their 3 cores are not equipped to fight this game 5v3.
I absolutely agree. And earlier you were talking about the lack of vision for Na'Vi. It's not like the Na'Vi support don't want to ward, they just have no goal to ward. So you see Puppey kind of walking around with a new sets of wards. Can't really ward by himself. He doesn't know where the enemy wards are. He could get relocated upon, he could get teleported upon by Prophet, so can't actually ward unless you go into the jungle as 4 or 5. Think of that. Like, what does Puppey do? He's warding gonna be very defensive.
We were casting a game earlier with Havos where he had a Midas, A phase boots, or actually it was treads, a Lothar's edge, or rather a shadow blade, and more gold at this stage in the game. He doesn't even have upgraded boots. He doesn't even have a shadow blade. He went Greevil's Green Max, and his net worth is sitting 3k gold behind that of Loda's. And it's not because Amos is missing last hits or can't farm. It's because it's not safe to farm. If he goes to farm, he dies. The map control of Alliance is allowing them to do what they do best, which is once they get ahead, to pull farther and farther ahead. At the same time, Na'Vi have a lot of lockdown, a lot of heroes that can go late. I don't feel they're 100% out of it, but it's like right now, Alliance probably 80-20, 90-10 that they take this.
It's definitely not looking too good. At the same time, keep in mind that Night Stalker, again, only efficient like half the time, not counting his ultimate, obviously. So right now, we don't see too much aggression from Alliance because of that. I think right now, Na'Vi needs to get something done. Setting up a gank where they're just passively farming. It seems like they have chosen the latter.
Oda now has a BKB, and now if you're Na'Vi, you need to start worrying about your physical damage. They'll need to secure some, but here we go. It's a smoke gank. Ake, EGM, S4, they're all here. Remember, the night everyone can get here quickly too. Kuroki right into the middle of them. Look at him melt! No chance, no way out. He'll take a spill. That was too easy. That was way too easy. I mean, how is Kuroki going to make the spectacular plays of last game when he dies that fast? It's nearly impossible to do anything as that Rubik.
We're talking about Na'Vi needing some physical damage. I mean, there is none aside from Pavos, who has some. But if you look at,
he's got 900 HP. Like even in Chemical Rage, he's got 3 armor. He is not gonna last long.
I mean, you imagine, when the fights are coming out, he's gonna have something like a BKB. Maybe if he's gonna have an AC. But look at the build that Loda's going for. He has a ton of tank. Once he finished the Helm of Dominator, he's gonna have like things like 18 armor, magical immune. He's gonna be shooting with lifesteal. And of course, let's not forget about overcharge. That thing blocks a ton of damage as well.
Dire's middle tower
Time is available for S4. He's level 11. They took the tier 2 top. Na'Vi, the map feels really claustrophobic right now. They've got their blink on Funnick. The blink's out on Dendi. They have a smoke. They want to be fighting with these heroes. They want to be finding kills. So much aggression in this hero composition, but the way they're playing, very passive. As they roam around, they're spotted by Dire Observer Wards. Alliance know where Na'Vi are, and if they do want to fight, they still have this Aegis. It is going to expire pretty soon, but with 1 minute to go and a BKB up on Loda, I think it's go time for the Alliance. Na'Vi, their backs are against the wall here.
See a deep roam. I mean, a Crystal Maiden solo roaming in enemy secret shop. Yeah.
This
she's not
doesn't
afraid
happen.
because if she gets jumped, there is relocate. There's TP. So this Crystal Maiden's actually running with 4 of her allies, and here it goes. They want Havos up top. He's got the Shadow Blade and Azure Detection on the Dire.
This is like watching a Cocker Spaniel run up to a Doberman and just say, I got you, man. Here we go. Havos, he's Shadow Bladed up. Aegis soon to be reclaimed. They have Sentry Wards, but Havos juking in the trees. He's got a TP. He's Quelling Blading through. Not TPing out yet. He'll dodge the gank, so nice movement by him. But again, Alliance aren't investing too much in that. They smoked, but Bulldog's farming. They always have relocate, so Loda's farming during this time. When they go for ganks, they don't have to invest as much as Na'Vi.
And even if those ganks fail, that's okay, because you know Na'Vi's constantly farming as 4 or 5, so they're definitely losing out in terms of, the charts are just not favoring Na'Vi right now.
Still, Na'Vi withstands the storm. They hold on to their tier 2 mid. The Aegis now expires, so they'll have a respite. But nighttime number 2 is coming, and let me tell you, Night Stalker, it really is a nightmare playing against this guy when he's winning, because that second nighttime lasts a whole lot longer than the first.
Also got 2,600 gold, and Spang, any guesses on what item he might have?
A BKB would be the obvious choice, but I mean, a Basher is a possibility.
Even
Heaven's Halberd is a possibility. Hell, a straight heart for S4 wouldn't surprise me too much.
Magnum Scepter is also not bad either.
On a map control, I think Ags and then get a gem is the single best build you can go for. And the reason for that is, for those who don't know, Night Stalker's ultimate Darkness, when he's got an Aghanim Scepter and it's, or when it's nighttime period, he gets flying vision around him. So if you have a gem, there is no way to ward the map. Everything will get dewarded.
It's being forced back. He's getting farmed, but his farm is coming very slowly. He is forced to go a beat. Needs a tank at the front line. Not exactly sure how much that's going to be effective.
He needs armor too. Like, there's a lot of physical damage on Alliance. I mean, Bulldog now, he's got his Shadow Blade up. He's working towards the site. Sure, he's got a BKB, but that's only the start. There's so much physical DPS from Alliance that he needs AC, and he might even need the start makings of his next item to live through that next team fight.
S4, he's roaming again by himself, but if he finds a good one, expecting a reload, expecting all the obvious kind of neutral one. But again, Na'Vi forced to rotate as 4 or 5. They're smoked up as well, and if that smoke breaks, They heroes near.
Again, I just want to point out that every time it's nighttime, Na'Vi are playing differently. When it's nighttime, they roam as a pack, they don't farm on their own, they're playing more defensively, and if they go for aggression, it's as 5. Whereas Alliance have that option, or they can just farm. So Na'Vi all grouped up farming one creep camp, while Alliance spread to the winds from the entire enemy jungle, also push the lane. They've got a mech now on EGM. He's level 11, he's not an easy kill, and I think we're going to see a tower trade. It's a tier 2 for Alliance, a tier 1 for Na'Vi. And taking this tier 2 for Alliance, the Roshan control for Na'Vi, already weak on the Radiant, gets a lot weaker.
In fact, Alliance could even defend their tier 1 up top because all they have to do is TP S4 in, and then just relocate.
And already he's TPing. They're going to defend and they're going to take the tier 2 bottom. And Na'Vi either back or they might just get wiped.
They have to back now. Like, they don't see Night Stalker on the bot lane.
There is an observer ward here, but S4 is so far back that even if they want to go on him, there's just no way.
Like, they see S4, right? So they just have to back. They can't even take that tier 1 tower as 5 players. That is how far Na'Vi's behind.
Again, it's one of those games where if you don't know how Wisp and Prophet work, you look at it and you just think, why are Na'Vi afraid of one hero? But it's not one, it's really their entire team. Between relocate, the Prophet TP, suddenly it's 4, one more TP's in, it's your entire squad. Now the tier 2 falls bottom, they defend their tier 1, they take a tier 2, it's been all Alliance all the way since about the 6-minute mark, 20 minutes in, leaving 12-2, striking back in game 4, and well on their way to forcing a decisive game 5.
That just speaks to the power of one single engagement. Normally we think, oh, early game engagement, you lose a fight, you know, you have a lot of time to make a comeback, you only lose like your outer tower, but it was a 1-0 start in favor of Na'Vi. In fact, first blood against S4 in the mid, suddenly, after a 5-man wipe, game just changed, right? Now Na'Vi have to play defensively.
Yeah, just look at where their heroes are. They're usually at the base. If they're leaving the base, it's S5. Alliance, they can farm, they can split push, they can gank, or they can do this. 30 seconds before Roche is up, say, we're not going to wait for the Roche. We're going to force the fight mid now. Glyph is up for Na'Vi. They've got a blink on Dendy. They've got Kuroki with his level 7. So Puppey has Fiend's Grip. They've got the makings of a team fight, but is it really enough? Tough to say.
Yeah, Loda's got a BKB, S4's got his BKB being delivered, and with these two on the front line dishing out a ton of damage.
Yeah, you can't go on these guys and you can't ignore them. Rock in a hard place right now. Na'Vi caught between them. BKB now complete. Alliance really forcing this mid-fight. The Roche they'll go back for it. Once this tier 2 falls, the way lies open, and it will be denied. Great play by Dendy, but I mean the bigger thing is the tier 2's now down mid. Yeah, he's got a BKB. There's actually no way to cancel it, so if he just TP's out in time, he should be okay.
Oh, Shadow Blade. He's got a BKB. He's got a TP right now. He did not. Oh, the right clicks. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah, not popping Chemical Rage, the extra HP and regen, it almost costs it. And that's what I'm talking about, that physical damage. Right. You can see it right there. That was scary. That's with S4 not having any big damage item. Just Armlet, which is big, but he hasn't gone for like the pure damage item that comes next. Be it the Basher, the Abyssal Blade, the Desolator, I mean, whatever he wants to go for. Then he really packs a punch. And into the Roche Pit the Alliance go. Eagle Horn up on Loda. Feeling like an Alliance tempo. Feeling like an Alliance game. Not over just yet, but this Aegis, it's big, and they're about to get it.
Na'Vi knows they can't really do anything about the Roshan.
But I don't think they can push either.
Aki just TP's in, and if you see Aki, this war they do see it. Can't push. Yeah, a like single Crystal Maiden is defending against 4.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden is scaring off all these.
Obviously it's a relocate, it's the follow-up TPs.
Right, but at face value, it's Ake scaring off the entirety of Na'Vi. Roshan will fall, Aegis on the Loda, and now Alliance one big step closer to taking this game. So if you're Alliance, you're close, you have your BKBs, Butterfly's coming soon on Loda. Do you just sit back and farm? Do you force the fights now? How much more do you think they want to wait?
I think a lot of it is being dictated by the Nightfall. I mean, generally don't say something like that in a lot of professional games, but you have Night Stalker, so you definitely need to plan something around that. And obviously you have to kind of intertwine with your Aegis timing as well. I think they have enough items to go right now, because if you look at Na'Vi, sure, they have a decent team fight with a, let's say, good Alchemist stun, they Puck Dream Coil. With so many BKBs available on Alliance, they don't really have to be afraid of anything. They could just charge right in.
Yeah, Firefly just used Alliance. If they wait this out, S4, or rather Funnick, is going to have a hard time getting into the fight. We'll see if they actually commit. S4, onto the high ground he goes, toggling the armlet. Now he turns it off. No leap yet. Funnick, Firefly will soon fall. he has managed to delay the creep wave, but Alliance will just wait it out. They haven't even brought Bulldog to the fight. Ultimate Orb up, now he'll TP in. Could pressure bottom. He's pressuring top though. He's looking to force this. I think Alliance, if they just get a buyback out from Navi, you just back off and you keep on farming.
But the one thing that they have to be careful about is Funnick. If Funnick gets a blink, lasso, and then force staff, there is no way.
Amos coming in. Alliance, they don't have a gem. Actually, they do have a gem on EGM. S4 just doesn't care. He gets stunned and he keeps on rolling. There's no glyph. This tower's falling soon. Kuroki, something's stolen. There's no
force that backwards. You gotta kill EGM quick, and they will not. The mech coming out, the call down comes out. Havos trying to right click, but he just does not do any damage. S4 melting.
Double kill for Loda. 3 on the deck. Havos not gonna win this fight. Not against Alliance. Their full might unveiled. They take 4. They only lose 1. This is Rex. This might well be game. 16-4. 25 minutes in. Na'Vi getting smashed.
They lost to Crystal Maiden, they lost to Wisp. Wisp popped back and relocated back in the fight, but immediate Rex. In fact, Dendy trying to make some play. Dreamco used Lotus dropping low, but lifesteal and armor, as well as HP from BKB says, no prob.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Denny, because if you can at least pop the Aegis there, it's a pretty safe play. He's going to be able to jump out, but not able to do it. So the top Rex will fall. Ranged and melee. Alliance are really on a roll. They're feeling hot.
Na'Vi, I'm not exactly sure how they're going to make it back, but it's got to come through from both dying these team fights, and not picking up any kills is an issue. In fact, in that most of the team fight, he tried to focus on the Ake, the Crystal Maiden. Could not get the kill, and by the way, Crystal Maiden's going for a BKB, and when she gets a BKB, I'm going to lose it. You're going to see some fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, actually, they did kill her there, but it took so
right.
long. It's like, is it really worth it? Probably not. S4 in the front lines. He's got the gem now. BKB off cooldown. He's got a haste as well. If Na'Vi got to run, they're screwed. They already are, but here we go. There's 3 minutes to go on this Aegis. Silence thrown out. Funnick jumping in. Does catch EGM. EGM, no buyback. If he gets caught, could be bad. Low, but max up. Puppy just gets smacked down. This puppy will fall. Dendy next. S4 out of control, and it looks like possibly the end. 3 dead. Tumble buyback from Na'Vi, just giving too much ground here. Dendy leaping in, jumping out. Still no reward.
Got some chains that they got some left. Kuroki trying to fight against everybody. Kuroki though cannot tank enough. Lotus dropping low as well. That's a 2-man coil. They want Ammo Bulldog, but Lotus gonna get dropped. And
they spent a lot to defend this. A lot of buybacks
another
here.
Buyback coming out here. Ammo Bulldog gonna get focused. Na'Vi's gonna make a successful
Oh
defense.
no! Loda's alive! Can they lock him down? They need a stun. Nothing there. He slept. They prep and they wait and they get the gem as well. If Na'Vi hold, now it becomes a big fight. But Havos falling fast, not dead yet. There's no feed script. Now Loda tries to run. Oh wow! I think they might actually do this. There's a Wisp relocate. Too late. Loda's dead. 21-9. Na'Vi hanging on for dear life, but Lumi, they spent a lot there.
They spent a lot, but it's definitely a ray of hope as Na'Vi wins. That is their first team fight they won in 27 minutes, so buyback be damned, they gotta get something going their way. Let's quickly check out what they have made out of that team fight. Funnick up to about 1,600 gold. Puppy spending buybacks, got nothing. Dendy's picked up an enemy gem and has an ultimate orb, so if he ever picks up a Hex perhaps, maybe we're gonna see some signs of life. Kuroki obviously as a support, and also dying quite a bit. Not gonna have too many.
Yeah, I think Alliance just got a bit overconfident there. Na'Vi didn't spend their buybacks right away, and they felt like we can just force this fight and win the game right now. You know, they're anxious to get to that game 5. They're anxious to have match point for themselves, and Na'Vi held their buybacks for a while, used them when they knew they could secure kills. Na'Vi played it really well, but for Alliance, they're normally such a patient team. I mean, you can tell, this is the grand finals, man. Everything's on the line.
Right, there is a gaping hole in the Alliance strategy, and Funnick has kind of exploited it twice, which is if he jumps in, lassos one, and force that backwards, there's no stopping it, right? There's really no real stuns that could actually stop that movement. He's been focusing on EGM every single time because he gives his team so much. He gives his team overcharge, which is 20% damage reduction. He gives them mech, he gives them a ton of healing. So Wisp is the person that you gotta focus, but at the same time, you have to have enough burst damage. He's been surviving these team fights. He's been meching, and once he gets his off his mech, you have wasted way too many nukes, you have wasted way too much right click, so focus fire on EGM has to be perfect.
It's been great. Funnick's found a lot with minimal farm, with a hero that is a bit squishy at this point. His timing's been impeccable. Still though, Alliance, that next Roche is coming, and this next one's gonna matter a whole lot more. Because now Loda is 1 item away from being God in these fights. Once he gets Satanic, there's just no killing him. I mean, I just don't think they have the damage yet. Maybe if they lock him down before he BKBs, maybe if there's no Wisp relocate to save his life and turn around, but then you give him an Aegis and they gotta kill him twice, and that is very difficult.
Yeah, take back what I said about Flaming Lasso. That is not an option anymore because Emerald Bulldog's got a Sacrifice. So he blinks in, you lasso the Wisps, yeah, he's gonna get hexed, and Bat's gonna get focused. And like you said, he's not tanky at this point, so Emerald Bulldog and the rest of Alliance is just closing the gap. And I don't know where Navi's gonna find some wiggle room, but they need to find something.
I think we're going to see them just settle down, maybe go for a relocate gank, but if there's no easy, safe kills, they'll just farm until the next Roche. They've got the positional advantage for it. They have a lane of Rex down. You can see that right now they see most of the map. Navi sees maybe a quarter of it or so, and a lot of their jungle is completely dark. Alliance, map control solid. Roche should be advantage to you, and with the BKB on Loda, it's hard to actually go in on him. If you go in with that, like you said, you just get scythed up. Alliance, patience from them. Now, a BKB coming for Ake, and we've seen him have some amazing freezing fields, so don't be surprised if Ake is the secret MVP in the next team fight.
I'm expecting 3 cheers for Ake once he picks up the BKB, because we don't see BKB Crystal Maiden a lot in pro game.
It's a rare treat.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you cannot blow Fiend's Grip or Lasso on Ake in a team, not in a team fight. If you find a pickoff, that's fine, but if you blow that on him in a team fight, that means that the Night Stalker, the Prophet, the Gyro, the real damage dealers, or usually the real damage dealers, are just going nuts.
So very, very huge item pickup here. Soul Cuirass really allows Alchemist to tank at least respectably up in the front line. Still can't really deal. Backlegs coming out eventually from the Emerald Bulldog, and definitely now from once he gets his Basher, or maybe he should go MK at this point. Whatever item he goes next, it's going to help him to stay in the front line and start killing EGM, because I imagine the Bat Rider Initiate will still go to him.
I'm really curious to see what S4's next item is. He's up to 3,000 gold, and there's a lot of different ways to take Night Stalker. If you want to go for more of a carry build, then you can go Assault Caress, you can go Basher. Desolator is a decent, but I think something that helps him tank and dish out damage is probably ideal here, since Navi are going to go on him if they can. So
what about something like a Heaven's Halberd? You're dealing with a one... Yeah, there you go.
That's 3 cheers and then some for Ake. Give the Crystal Maiden a big BKB. The little Crystal Maiden that could. Here we go.
Back to S4, back to the good stuff, right? I mean, what about something like Heaven's Halberd? Because you're dealing with a one-row carry lineup.
He's got BKB though, well, so this arm not going to help you against it.
I know you got BKB, I will raise you with a Basher.
I think this is the better choice, because there's no evasion on Havost right now. All they really need is one bash in the team fight, and Havost, if he dies, I'm sure you can buy back, but you're probably buying back without Chemical Rage. You're buying back when your team's on the run. Fight's going to fall apart. So you get the Basher, you pray for one good bash, and that could very well be all she wrote. I just want to point out that Navi have actually managed to stem the dipping on the gold graph. It's a close to a 20k gold lead, but it's not getting worse for them. It's plateaued a bit. Perhaps the makings of an epic comeback. If they come on to win this game.
What are your thoughts on that one? Well, no.
They need a lot. There's a lot ahead of them. They've probably got to win 2 or 3 good team fights, but this is a lineup that can really scale. Dendi could get his Scythe of Ice. Havost can get his Super Basher, his Abyssal Blade. Your Rubik for Kurogi, Blink, Dagger, Force that. If they do win fights, they've got a lot of room to grow. It's not like they're running out of options in terms of late game.
Yeah, the reason that why we don't see the graph dipping as much is because, first of all, Alliance is not really taking over the enemy jungle just yet, so Navi is still finding some tiny bit of farm there. The other thing to talk about is that top lane, Rex, we see 20 gold creeps being pushed towards Navi's side, and that's.
But they're really not 20 gold creeps because you have Greevil's Greed.
Exactly, so that's keeping him out as well. And you gotta keep in mind, Alliance is never gonna see this particular creep because other side are bigger, so always going towards Navi's side. I mean, this is like digging deep, but Navi quote unquote has the advantage in terms of farm because of losing a Rex on top.
In theory, we'll see though. With the next Aegis, with Wisp relocates, I mean, you're still looking at a lot of heroes who don't have much. And now Roshan will fall. Navi never intended to contest, and this is already Aegis and Cheese. Give it to Alliance. They're close. They need one good push, one good fight. If they take 2 lanes of Rax, Navi pretty much out of this game.
But yeah, right now Navi simply just do not have enough damage output. In fact, everybody from Alliance could just like right-click with their BKBs, and then they probably would just straight up out-damage Navi. And yeah, that's the tactics to do. They will glyph and they will TP for this Rex. Havost, you need to get the hell out of there. Oh,
that's the tower now. Can he get out? Relocate comes. He's got a BKB. They head the wrong way. They're not going to find him. Great juke by Havost. He takes a tier 1 top and keeps his team alive. He's also, by the way, got a Demon Edge. Are we looking at MKB here?
No, there's a butterfly up, so...
Should be MKB. We can always pray for a
Sorry,
Arabia.
I thought you meant Divine.
We can always pray
Not
for
yet.
one, but not going to happen.
They do
Mid lane, Havost. He shadow bladed up. It's not going to wear off too soon. Oh, they knew.
How did they saw me? Like, how did they know that he was there?
Oh, they thought he was close. Uh-oh. Ake's got a DD. And the thing is, he's got an Aegis. BKB does remove the double damage, but he doesn't need to use...
BKB. It's go time.
Okay, yeah, they're going down mid now. Navi, they're going to have to really force this.
I mean,
if they don't, Rex is down.
How do you stop Loda?
They don't have buybacks, by the way, just the Batrider buyback for Funnick. So maybe he jumps in, dies to slow this down, and then buys back, but we'll have to see. Here comes Loda. He's going to start chipping away. He's very hard to deal with the racks, the tier 3, all in jeopardy as the tier 3 melts. Still, there's cheese on S4. Can they really bring him from 0 to none? If not, he's got 2 lives. Loda's got 2 lives. Bulldog's got buybacks, so give him 8 heroes in this push, and now, well, a leap away by our bat. Funnick not ready to go. They lift S4. Very hard to go on him. Remember, he's got cheese, and still Alliance standing strong. The glyph's been used. The tower's about to fall. They nuke, and then silence Funnick. Now the tier 3's down. Funnick out of this fight for quite a few seconds. The tier 2, the Rax is gonna fall. Loda's taking it. Now Havost, backstab on Bulldog. He's gonna drop. On to Funnick, last wait up Loda, but Loda is still alive. He's still got a Satanic. Havost is hexed, and Havost will fall.
S4 and the rest of the team triple buyback coming up from now. Quad buyback. They need to make something of this happen. Danny finds a 2-man coil and they're gonna go right in Funnick. Oh, he silenced up.
There's a relocate here. Loda still got BKB. Bulldog will fall though.
No,
I think.
he's
Low.
still
Not
alive.
dead yet. Havost buyback into death again. And S4, he's gonna chase. Another dead. Alliance, the Swedish monsters. They force a game 5.
Credit to Havost making something out of nothing because that backstab took Alliance out of the comfort zone. Was able to get a ton of done in that team fight, but they were just out-item. They were outgunned.
Way too far behind. If it was close, that could have made the difference, but Alliance, give it to them. They went for a Night Stalker mid. They pulled something out of a hat, and they crushed virtually from start to finish.